This is the best moments of the BBQ Central Show in 10 minutes or less. Ever wish you could re-listen to your favorite interview or segment? Do you enjoy hearing older shows for the first time in years? Then the best moments of the BBQ Central Show in 10 minutes or less is just what you need. Thanks for listening and enjoy the show.
Greetings, friends and neighbors. John Solberg here, your host for the best moments of the BBQ Central Show in 10 minutes or less. Happy to tell you that today's show is brought to you by The Butcher Shop. Purveyors of highly sought after 100% Australian non-crossbred Wailara 9+ briskets, and as always, handpicked just for you. The Butcher Shop has been retailing the finest meats for more than 15 years. Every week they're shipping out competition quality meats to many of the biggest teams in the competition scene across the nation. Simply put, teams who use The Butcher Shop not only win, but they win often. You don't need to be a competitor to enjoy the finer cuts in life. The Butcher Shop is shipping some of the finest prime, dry-aged, Australian Wagyu and Japanese Wagyu steaks to people just like you and me who aspire to be the kings and queens of the backyard. The Butcher Shop always has Berkshire, Compart Duroc, Allegiance Duroc, and Prairie Fresh all-natural pork in stock, and again, always hand-picked just for you. So let's review. The best competition briskets? Check. The best pork selection? Check. Giving you better overall options to cook at home? Check. So give the Butcher Shop a call today, 850-458-8782. That's 850-458-8782. You mentioned the BBQ Central Show, you're getting 10% off your entire order each and every time you call. The Butcher Shop. Go check them out on Facebook as well. That's facebook.com/The Butcher Shop. Shop is spelled SHOPPE. The Butcher Shop, home of the 100% Australian non-crossbred Wailara 9+ briskets. And right now, let's take a jump back to 2016. Greg's going to catch up with Jim Berg of Killer Bees.
All right, my guest in the first hour is a very successful competition cook. He was a 2014 Sam's Club National Barbecue Champ, as I had mentioned in the open. Also won the 2014 Georgia Barbecue Team of the Year. Things were rolling right along, and that's where we pick up the story tonight. To say that I am honored that he is coming on the show would be an understatement. To say that I am happy to even be interviewing him at all, well, that's something I am very grateful for. So let's go ahead and race to the hotline and welcome back friend of the show, the pitmaster of Killer Bees Barbecue, Jim Berg, joining me here on the show. Jim, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing well.
So, stumbling right out of the blocks as I am ought to do here on this show, Jim. Of course, you know about that. So,
I know all about that.
Yeah. So let's.
I just want to appreciate you laying it on a little thick in the intro. That's really good.
Yeah. No, I mean it's thick, but it's true. So, and I guess let's roll it back a little bit for the folks that maybe tune in for the first time tonight, or maybe they're not really focused or laser focused on the competition scene at this point, but might be thinking about getting into it. I think you have a unique story, before all of this happened. So if you could, just give us that little bit of background about how you got into the competition scene. What was the impetus, or who kind of convinced you to get in this thing and give it a shot?
Well, we had originally done a couple local contests around here. It's mainly for Cooking for Kids, which was local charity, and we had to do wild game and barbecue. And we had small game, big game fishing, and barbecue. And we stumbled into that through Ducks Unlimited. And by our second year, we were winning about every category, and barbecue was one of them. Well, after about the third year of doing that, I entered barbecue twice, which they said I could do. And my wife was saying there's no way they're going to give you, 2 out of the top 3, even if you make it. It's just, they're not going to do it. Well, I took first and second in barbecue that year. And, pissed a lot of people off. But, I just wanted to see how they scored it and everything, and just see if they were honest, and they were. We went and did one contest that year, which was Boss Hog, and we got a call in brisket. And what was funny was I'd never even seen a brisket, cooked a brisket, much less eaten a brisket. And we ended up 10th, and we're up against Iron Mix and Bubba Q, Wiki Q, all these great Georgia teams. And so I felt like we won the daggum contest. But the following year was a turning point we're doing a local contest around here, and had some heavy hitters down there. Tuffy and Johnny and all them were down there. And had this guy next to me. I didn't really know who he was. Like I said, I was just getting into barbecue, and he'd offered, to help us out a little bit. I had some guys there that helped us set up because we were vending also, and we helped them get set up, what we could, what they wanted to help with, and we just formed a good little friendship there. Well, unbeknownst to me, he'd give me some pointers and some tips, and in just about every category. He didn't have to, but he did, and he's kind of like promoting barbecue. And being all said and done, he ended up reserving the contest, and everybody around the country knows who this man is, and he really influenced me. Not only did I take his class the following year or whatever, but he instilled in me that, it's all about promoting barbecue. If you love barbecue, then promote it in the best way possible. And, if you can help another team or point them in the right direction, or, feed them a couple little tidbits here and there to kind of get them going, you're going to have a friend for life. Well, everybody knows him as Rod Grace until it ended. And he really turned us around, and I'd promised him that if he had a class on this side of Mississippi, I would take it. Well, that next year he had one in Hammond, Louisiana, and so I went down there and took it. It was a 9-hour drive for me, took his class, only for him to come back the next year and have 1 mile from my house. So,
of course,
it was a trade-off, but he really got me going and started in the right direction. And we always instilled the thing about promote barbecue and helping a new team or a young team or a backyard team or whatever. They're struggling, just, give them some pointers and some feedback, and that's the way we've been living our barbecue life.
Jim Berg joining me here on the show, pitmaster of Killer Bees barbecue team. All right, Jim, so let's go ahead and, fast forward a little bit. As I had mentioned in the open, the end of 2014 was absolutely spectacular. You win the Sam's Club National Barbecue Tour overall championship, which means you had to do pretty good in the local qualifier to get into the regional, and then you had to do pretty good to get the regional into the national, and then you win the national. So that was great. And on top of that, you win Georgia Barbecue Team of the Year as well. So here's the question. You roll into 2015, and you have the event, I guess. And I guess leading up to it, Jim, did you have kind of like this general not feeling well kind of a situation? A lot of people, they don't feel well for a while, and then they're like, well, okay, well, I guess I'll just go to the doctor, and maybe nothing's wrong, or maybe something's wrong, and they're like, I shouldn't have let it go so long, this, that, and the other thing. Or did you have like an acute onset of sickness or something that just kind of hit you out of left field?
Trust me, you want to go listen to this show. Head over to the bbqcentralshow.com and listen to the rest of this show. It's an incredible story that Jim's about to tell. It's amazing. That's all I can say. Go listen to the rest of this show, please. And then let me know what you think. You can always get a hold of me, John, Jon, John, at the bbqcentralshow.com. As always, I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. Thank you so much for listening. And until next time on the best moments of the Barbecue Central Show in 10 minutes or less, I'm your host, John Solberg. I look forward to talking to you again soon.